This is a part 2 of February the 4th update. So I've been to see the liver surgeon who said that it'd be impossible to do enough liver surgery to sort of get all the cancer out of the liver, which is what I expected. Next week, going to see another surgeon who specialises in cancer that's spread to the peritoneum, which is the double membrane that protects the organs in the abdomen. So, if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know that I'm in what's called palliative care treatment path, which means for people with incurable cancer like mine, it means they're doing treatment to try and slow down the spread of the cancer, which might give you a bit longer to live, hopefully, and also to reduce the symptoms of the cancer. So obviously when you've got cancer in the organs, they affect the function of those organs. So I have a lot of cancer in my liver. It hasn't affected the function of my liver yet. Well, it's been affecting the function of my liver in terms of making the liver work less effectively, but I haven't had symptoms from that. My skin hasn't gone yellow with a jaundice, that kind of thing. I haven't had malnutrition problems. I mean, the liver is, let's say the third most important organ in your body after the brain and heart. Liver has at least 500 known functions. And the most important of which to me is that liver removes poisons from your body. So it's the detoxifier of the body. So it's really important when you're having stuff like chemotherapy, where you're putting poisons into the body, and the liver is dealing with that. My blood tests showed my liver function is pretty good at the moment. But anyway, palliative care is about extending the life, and it's about reducing symptoms or delaying the onset of symptoms. If and when the cancer goes to my spine, which is fatal quite quickly from what I've heard, although some people do survive a few months with it. One of the symptoms of that would be difficulty with movement, being in a wheelchair, that kind of thing. And hopefully my chemotherapy is kind of delaying that a bit. Along with the chemotherapy, I'm having molecular targeting therapy. I'm currently on a molecular targeting therapy called Avastin, which doesn't make the tumours get any smaller, although that is actually debatable, but it's believed not to make the tumours smaller, but to stop them growing bigger, because for tumours to grow bigger, they need new blood supplies. If you imagine a tumour, you actually get these blood vessels kind of sprouting out of them, I guess, as the tumour sort of looks for new supplies of blood. And Avastin stops your body making new blood vessels, which is good because it should help prevent the tumours getting bigger. Unfortunately, you need new blood vessels for healing and things from cuts and, obviously in my case, surgery, if I'm able to have some surgery in the future. So if you're going to have surgery, you have to stop taking Avastin a month before, and you can't safely have Avastin for about a month afterwards. And in fact, although the surgeons say a month is okay, your doctor would say 6 to 8 weeks is better for safety. So they're potentially saying you have to delay the surgery for 2 months, which of course might mean it's far too late to do, with the cancer kind of spreading around, that kind of thing. In addition to Merck targeting therapy, I'm having immunotherapy and hypothermia therapy. And those are not covered by Japanese health insurance. I've got enough money in the cancer fund for a bit more, but that's going to run out soon. And basically donations have almost stopped coming into the cancer fund, partly because I haven't been doing videos, and also people, it's just naturally, people are going to lose interest over time. If you can donate, that makes a huge difference. Because the immunotherapy could be making a difference at the moment, and it could be extending my life. It could extend my life in the future. Immunotherapy can, in some cases, shrink tumours. It can, very rare cases, in kind of 2% of cases, it can cure cancer. In a laboratory setting, some researchers found that immunotherapy seems to attack cancer stem cells, which are the cells that spread around your body making new tumours. Now that's lab evidence. That's not been it's not really possible to test it in humans because you can't, at least at the moment, I think you can't look inside the body and see stem cells breaking off the cancer and flowing around in the blood and lymphatic system. But although it's only lab evidence, that's really significant, because it may mean that the immunotherapy I'm having now is preventing, delaying the cancer going on its journey to my lungs and my spine and that kind of thing, possibly my brain, which should be great. So yeah, the immunotherapy is really potentially significant. Immunotherapy also could affect the cancers in the peritoneum, which chemotherapy doesn't really affect as far as people know, because the peritoneum itself kind of blocks poisons. It's one of the purposes of it, so it's kind of blocking the those large. Chemotherapy is big, heavy molecules, big chunky things, so they don't seem to get through. So yeah, chemotherapy doesn't really seem to help, basically, for the peritoneum. Possibly helps a bit. Maybe the molecular targeting agents help a bit more, but the immune cells, which is the with my immunotherapy, they potentially can get into the tumours on the peritoneum and damage those tumours, kill them, hopefully. Very small chance of a cure, but it's a non-zero chance. So chemotherapy, 0 chance of a cancer cure for me at the moment. Surgery, 0 chance, unfortunately, just because of the spread of the cancer so far. Immunotherapy, very small chance, but non-zero. And the chance of the immunotherapy extending my life a bit, possibly a 30% chance of it adding some months onto my life. So that's months with my kids. And basically, my life is my kids at the moment. That's what it's become. So, yeah, the immunotherapy, small chance of being miraculous, obviously, that's the definition of a miracle, but a very, very real chance of extending my life a bit if I can continue to have it. And I'm going to reach a point quite soon where the money's run out. So I need help with fundraising, and if you possibly can, making a donation. Any donation makes a much bigger difference than you'd imagine, because when more donations come in, the donation platform called GoFundMe, that it keeps the campaign more active. It's more likely to be found in search engines like Google and all that kind of thing. And if you can make a donation and or put the donation link, which is matthewdons.org, matthewdons.org, on Facebook or Twitter, whatever you use, or even email it to people you know, that has a huge effect. I see it every time when donation will come in, and then someone will write about it, and a few more will come in. The money, sadly, it's buying extra time, really. If, for example, my next CT scan, the doctor say, we see a tumour on your spine, or we see a tumour in your lung, in both those cases it would be inoperable. If I had the money at that point, one of the things that may be possible is removing it with a non-surgical technique that's not covered by insurance called cyberknife. And again, that might add a month to my life or whatever. 30 days with my kids. So, yeah, the money, don't want to sound crude, but the money makes a huge, 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 huge difference. So at the moment it's paying for my immunotherapy. It's very, very, very possible that if I hadn't been having immunotherapy for the past 6 months or whatever it's been, I wouldn't be at this point now. Very, very, very possible that the action of the chemotherapy has been potentially been aided a lot by the immunotherapy. Chemotherapy and immunotherapy work well together. The chemotherapy makes it hard for the tumours to protect themselves against your immune system. The immunotherapy makes it your immune system better at targeting those tumours. Synergistically, they work very well together. So maybe the immunotherapy has just up to now helped me a lot. So if you can donate at matthewdons.org or share that link around, makes a huge, 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 huge difference to me. So thank you very, very much. Cheers.